In what could become a major diplomatic fallout between India and Canada, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has alleged that they are investigating credible evidences, links that there could be Indian agencies' role in killing of Hardeep Singh Nijjar. Hardeep Singh Nijjar, remember, was killed in the month of June in Surrey Gurudwara, where he was a senior official also. He was killed in a parking lot, and it was believed to be an assassination or an infight among the group members. He was dreaded terrorist, an activist in the name of Khalistani movement. He was wanted in India for several crimes that he had committed, and his killing was kind of seen in Canada as a in the investigation as the investigation proceeded further that there has so far not been any established link between his killing and Indian agencies. But now Justin Trudeau, the Canadian Prime Minister, has said that for weeks they have been investigating a link that could say that the role of Indian agencies were very much behind the killing of Hardeep Singh Nijjar. He said that he had brought this issue up while having a conversation with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. We had seen Justin Trudeau having a conversation with Prime Minister Modi on the sidelines of G20 summit level talks. Apparently, Justin Trudeau has brought this up, saying that foreign involvement in Canada's domestic affair is something that is being witnessed, and Indian Prime Minister has duly rejected any such allegations right there, saying that Khalistani movement, which is picking up a lot of steam in Canada these days, that needs to be tackled, and that is something that India has been very concerned. We have seen in the recent months several exhibitions, parades, and attempts to uh, defaced temple walls, and so many stuffs happening with this kind of threatening to Indian community living in Canada. India has raised the issue in past with the Canadian authority for not keeping or not curbing the illegal activities of Khalistani leaders or Khalistani movement referendum that has happened in various parts of Canada in the recent months. And apparently, something that Canadian government is raising, saying that it could be possibly a breach of sovereignty if Indian agencies' role have been linked with the killing of Hardeep Singh Nijjar. Canada should also look inwards and know that the Khalistani movement, which it is letting flourish on its soil, is nothing but a secessionist movement that wants to, annex Indian part of Punjab to Khalistani territory, so-called. So something that has a very anti-India sentiment, something that is not going to be in the interest of sovereignty and integrity of India, is being allowed on the very soil of Canada under the Prime Ministership of Justin Trudeau, who is now very miffed that Indian agencies' role has been apparently been behind the killing of Hardeep Singh Nijjar. There has been another major diplomatic escalation. Melinda Jolie, the Canadian Foreign Minister, has said that she has expressed Canadian perspective on the whole issue of Hardeep Singh Nijjar and the role of Indian agencies in his killing, and she has conveyed this to Indian External Affairs Minister S. Shankar, and now a senior Indian diplomat posted in Canada has been expelled with immediate effect. So this is the latest that has happened in Canada India bilateral diplomatic bilateral ties. Apparently, the expelled diplomat has been Pawan Kumar Rai, an IPS officer who was stationed there as as an attaché, and he was looking after security dynamics of also, and also the Indian community wing and economic development of India Canada bilateral ties also. But this expulsion of any Indian diplomat from Canadian soil will be something that is not going to go down well. India has also reacted very sharply, criticizing that they reject outrightly everything that Canadian government has to say on the issue of Hardeep killing and role of Indian agencies. But we should wait for more fireworks in the India-Canada bilateral ties, because the expulsion of any diplomat is normally the standard protocol has been like that. It is always reciprocated, at least if not more than in the same manner. So we can assume from here onwards that very soon Canadian diplomats may have to back his or her backpack and go back to Canada, and if it will remain at this level only, or it will further go down, because the bilateral ties between the two nations have already been rolling down only in the last several months, ever since, especially in the Justin Trudeau's government, we have seen his last visit in 2018 was also marred by controversy because he was surrounded by some elements who were part of larger, uh, pro-Khalistani movement in Canada, and Indian government did not want to be seen as allowing those things or those leaders or be part of those those celebration that Canadian Prime Minister was having in India. So that was also very damn squib visit of Justin Trudeau. After that, he had come for the G20 summit level talks in Delhi. In the talks also, of course, the issue of Khalistani had taken center. It is now in the India-Canada bilateral ties in the last 2 years at least, where India has continuously raised the security aspect of Indian diplomats and foreign officers in Canada as well. So in that context, Prime Minister had raised the issue of Khalistani movement and the separatist element being allowed of space in Canadian soil, to which Canadian Prime Minister had said that he is letting these things apparently stay in Canada in the name of freedom of expression and democratic right of protest, but these rights should not be part of vandalism or gundism that these Khalistani people have been trying to, do in Canada. They have been spreading an anti-India agenda. They have been asking for annexation of a part of India. These are all things that concerns India, that is highly irresponsible on part of Canadian government if it is allowing them, because it will amount to having allowed a movement that was against India's sovereignty and integrity. So overall, the bilateral ties we see are going to go down not very well from here onwards, and what kind of reaction India is going to make on the allegation of Justin Trudeau on Indian agencies' role in the killing of Hardeep Singh Nichar and another dreaded Khalistan leader in Canada, that remains to be seen.
Statements by ministers. The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Over the past number of weeks, Canadian security agencies have been actively pursuing credible allegations of a potential link between agents of the Government of India and the killing of a Canadian citizen, Hardeep Singh Nijjar. Our top priorities have therefore been, one, that our law enforcement and security agencies ensure the continued safety of all Canadians, and two, that all steps be taken to hold perpetrators of this murder to account. Canada has declared its deep concerns to the top intelligence and security officials of the Indian government. Last week at the G20, I brought them personally and directly to Prime Minister Modi in no uncertain terms. Any involvement of a foreign government in the killing of a Canadian citizen on Canadian soil is an unacceptable violation of our sovereignty.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
Moments ago, the Prime Minister.
As you would expect, we've been working closely and coordinating with our allies on this very serious matter. In the strongest possible terms, I continue to urge the Government of India to cooperate with Canada to get to the bottom of this matter. I know many Canadians, particularly members of the Indo-Canadian community, are feeling angry or perhaps frightened right now. Let us not allow this to change us. Let us remain calm and steadfast in our commitment to our democratic principles and our adherence to the rule of law. This is who we are and what we do as Canadians.
Okay, and now déclaration de ministre, l'honorable ministre du patrimoine canadien.
The Honourable Minister of Canadian Heritage.